Hello, my name is Tobias. I've been trying to record this. I'm on the edge of crying, even just from saying hello, y'all. But hello. Today we're watching the final episode of A Winter Sun Wakes the Wind in Spring Hill's Dream. And the reason I'm like, I already feel all the emotions just starting to boil is that this is genuinely a contester. It is genuinely possible that this is going to be my favorite BL, even favorite show of all time. I know. I know. They have to hit the landing. And that's why I think I'm getting emotional, because I think they will. But we're here. We're going to watch the finale. I am so excited. I'm nervous. And I just need a little glimpse of happiness. And the whole morning, for the last 10 minutes that I've been awake, I've been thinking about what does the title even mean? And maybe that's something we can reflect on once we've found watched the last bit. All I'm asking for is give us a little bit of happiness. Like, give us a little bit of the winter sun. Just a little bit, okay? Because I need it.
不阿姨们啊，咱们明天再见啊。
Did we kill him?
阿姨们啊，咱们明天再见啊。
I think we did. I think we did. I think we did. Someone is vacuuming downstairs. So early in the morning. Oh, I would hate waking up and they'd be gone. I'm crying, I don't know why. That's it. Oh my god. So what is the last episode called? Beholding. Y'all, I know that a lot of us are not English speakers. So can I say that I'm looking at what beholding means for you rather than for myself? Because I obviously know what beholding means. But let's look this up because quite frankly, without looking, I think beholding is to hold on to something. It is see or observe a thing or a person, especially a remarkable or impressive one. So the example is the botanical gardens were a wonder to behold. Okay. Okay. It it is giving optimistic, it's giving hopeful, it's giving happy ending. Oh, and it's the ear. But JJ is very sensitive here. What? I don't.
饭用微波炉热1分钟，菜热3分钟。煮鸡蛋不能直接放微波炉，会炸。
Okay. So people were telling me about this, but I decided actually to skip some of the explanations about it, like regarding the father of Changyoung and what's going on there and why the mother and the sister had to leave the country. And the reason I decided to like not really read into all the long paragraphs that people were explaining to me was that I think in the movie on purpose they kept it very in the background, right? And it's how I think about it is Chang Yang as a person cares so much about Qing Long that he didn't want to explain to him all of this struggle that he's going through because Qing Long just lost his brother. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, by the way, my father is in jail. All of this is going on with me, you know, right? Like, I think Chang Yang chose to keep it hidden from him because he didn't want him to worry. And in the previous episode, when we see him in the car, and I was like a little confused, I think you're meant to be confused because just like Qing Long, we don't know why he's there. Now we find out, okay, the father is in jail. I think this is like the moment where we confirm it. But I think the reason the director chose not to confirm it in episode 14 or episode 15 was because the focus was on Qing Long. And now we're shedding this kind of perspective on Chang Yang and maybe some of the struggles that he's been going through there. So I didn't want to read more into it because I think it was on purpose that the audience is left a little confused.
我猜到你会来。
谢谢你为他做的一切。
别送他，让他去完成自己的理想。你们两人的社会界限比生死还难跨越。
That is a very heavy sentence. He's essentially saying that for Changyang and Qinglong to get together is harder than what it takes to be alive and then to be dead. And that is so deep because to us as human beings, death is that glooming thing that's looming over us at all times. That it like just hits too heavy.
社会进步，或者你不是你，
Being famous.
他不是他。
And he is no longer. So they both have to change. I don't want this show to end with like the inevitable doom. Who's that?
接新戏了，
能让你接的戏有挑战吗？
还行，比上一部好演。
还是男扮女装？
不算是，演一个狐仙，讲狐仙和通灵祭司的故事，算是无性别吧，妆造会偏阴柔一些。
仙侠剧。
不是，
So what I have tried to what I've thought about over the last few days, especially more that I think about the title, because the title in and itself is paradoxical. It's a juxtaposition. Is that the word in English? I think it is. Because you have a winter sun, you have winter and spring at the same time. You have waking up and you have the dream at the same time. Like there's these contrasts that are not supposed to be together. But one of the takeaways that I'm getting from the title when I read it out, like a winter sun wakes the wind and spring heals his dream, like one of the things that I kind of came to terms with a few days ago, and I kind of forgot how I figured it out or how I put it into my head, but sometimes what is meant to happen, we will know beforehand. So how with, and I'm going to use the worst example, and I don't want to trigger people or bring this memory up because we've kind of quote unquote moved on, but Qing Qian's death, and I rewatched episode 13 by myself. Don't ask me why I chose to put myself through that, but you see allusions alluding to it happening, right? The bear claw, just the music, the sounds, even before his actual death, we knew that he was going to die in retrospective. And I think it's the same, you see it throughout the whole show, that when you actually look back at the episode, you're like, no, this was something we knew would happen before it actually happened. And I'm seeing that a lot with each episode. In the beginning of the episode, they talk about something, and then that thing flourishes and comes true later on. And maybe that relates to the title a little bit, in a twisted way that I'm trying to make sense of it.
文艺电
So
影，
I'm trying to make sense of this
现实
part.
题材，现代祭祀，类似于狼城那边的萨满。
Wait, girl, I can't read that fast. Also, he's such a changed human being. He's walking in the mountains, just remember episode 1, Qinglong, the guy that was throwing up, who didn't care. He's such a changed human being. I'd argue that internally his life has changed more by meeting Chongyang than becoming famous. And that's huge. So he texted to Chongyang, remember this. No matter when you come back, I'll be here. To be loved. To be loved. To be loved.
停一下，那个服装，它这个造型可以再网红一点。
哎，麻烦空调关小一点。
我们之间的社会界限比生死还难跨越，我们都要完成自己的社会身份认同。等卸掉身份那天，我会回到原地找你。如果你还在原地等我，
试一下红色这些。
啊，我来。
Oh my god, so he took what the dad said and kind of expanded on it. I do like that instead of making it permanent, of saying the social divide is too big between us, period. Took a comma, and then he explained that as we work towards shedding those identities, shedding is removing it. Think of a snake removing its entire skin. You're shedding it, you're getting rid of it. He will be there after. And maybe it's again, I'm thinking of the title all the time, but death is a symbolism within winter. Spring is the regrowth, the reburn, the revitalization, the healing. Like he is saying, like we have to go through these two separate paths, and we're gonna walk, right? And think about this. Hopefully, I can make sense of it. My brain sometimes gets a little funky, but you can be physically separated and still walk along similar paths, as long as you're walking parallelly, right? This could be a long distance relationship, right? Where you're physically separate, but you're still working towards the same goal. It could also be that you just drift apart. Qinglang is saying we need to be physically different, but spiritually, emotionally, I am still connected with you. In fact, I'm ahead of you, and I'll be waiting on the path where you're going to be ending. And if you still want me at that point, I'm yours. He's so in love, and like the way that they understand love, because love is not a feeling. It is a feeling, but it's so much more than that. It's commitment, it's determination, it's trust, it's
自己的社会身份认同。等卸掉身份那天，我会回到原地找你。
to when we started. So they're going to the mountains, the Mulia Mountains.
再说一遍，你给我记住，不管你哪天回来，我都在。
Wait. Was that Changyang responding? It is.
我来了。
再说一遍，
Say it
你给我
again.
记住，
You
不
better.
管你哪天回来，我都在。
Oh.
最后给你强调一遍，不管你哪天回来，我都在。我想去送你，我不想站在原地等，因为每次站在原地等，都让我觉得等不到。
去云湖山观景台，飞机会从那里经过。
Stop it. Stop. That's crazy. Oh, my man is in love.
导航去云湖山。
云湖山是个不错的地方，既见君子，云湖不喜。今天你见到郎君了吗？
Also, guys, I knew that this was Changyang in the Navigator. They explained that in like 10 episodes ago when they were recording his voice to be the Navigator. So I knew it, and I thought it's so cute. I thought we all knew, but yeah, it's Changyang's voice in the car. I do believe Qinglang's voice is the Navigator in Changyang's car, but that is to be confirmed. But I think that's so cute. I think that's so cute. I even took a note of it that that's what I'm gonna do when I get a car. Do I know if like American cars are as advanced and sophisticated as this car? I don't know anything about cars, y'all. Like sometimes people will come to me and be like, okay, I'm in this, and then they mention a type of car, you know, fine. I'm like, no, tell me the color, the size. I don't. We've only watched 7 minutes? What? I've been filming for 20 minutes. Has it only been 7 I'm sorry, guys. I think you know where he's going. Oh, and the red and the white. Oh. Like there's so much symbolism in this show that like I think after I watch this one, I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing by myself and just like I love notating, like taking notes. Like when I read a book, I take notes. Just because I love the connections. There's so much here. So much. And the red like covering him. And it's so interesting because red as a color. Oh my god, I need to stop. You know what? I'm not gonna apologize. This is the finale. We need to talk about things. But red is often either pain, hurt, blood, war, battle, or love and comfort. And I think the teapot specifically, like you see how he uses the teapot almost as an external comfort or an external symbolism of comfort through Changyang. Now we have this red cape that is like over him, that's like this protective layer of love. It's so oh, and there's not sunflowers, dandelions. Who are the all that. There's a drone. Oh, this is from the first episode.
也是男扮女装。
上热搜了，李导新片冷。
He got to see Changyang take off. He defied the father's request to not see Changyang off because of their social identities. And sure, like he didn't see him off, but he saw him off. They're so beautiful. This is gonna have a happy ending. There's no way they're gonna not.
在扮女装，
人还没回来吗？
还没在路上呢。哎呦，又来了又来了！抵制洋炮文化，抵制男人穿女装，回归硬汉时代，什么玩意儿啊？朗蒂穿的压根就不是女装，就算是女装，管得着吗？他们啊，他们管得着吗？
The funding was withdrawn.
李导替我们发声了。
A statement decrying the hate and patriarchal values behind it regarding cross-dressing. I love that it's the director of A Winter Sun. Like, I think that's a good comment. Y'all, I care so little. Like, these men, it's often men who are like, oh yeah, it's too feminine, yeah, tough up, yeah. I'm like, God, what the fuck? Who cares? Oh, and it looks beautiful, it looks stunning. Like,
哎，丽导，今天的事情实在是不好意思，
没事儿，
产生的损失由我们公司承担。
现在最重要的还是把舆论风向控制住。
那一会儿我们公司见吧。
do we get to meet her? I really want to see her.
对不起，因为我的问题让您也受牵连。
我是怕被牵连的人吗？
Show her to us.
嘉兰闪影，逐渐
Show her the mastermind.
赶紧发生结果。
还要玩7年前接榜那套啊？
他那部新片已经遭到了资方的撤资，现在社会舆论还在发酵，这样下去难免要被上面叫停的。这种事态根本不是我们能控制的。
今天的纪录片冲上热搜了，有人在扒晴天的性取向，还有这张照片。
Literally every single topic is about homosexuality. I want to like be very respectful with the way that I say this, but like I am immensely privileged to be able to be out and proud as a homosexual, as a queer person. And I think sometimes being surrounded by people who are understanding and at least somewhat respectful, the majority of people, oftentimes we forget how a lot of other parts of the world feel. And I don't know too much about China, but I do know that there has been in the past censorship on queerness and homosexuality, even I suppose cross-dressing. So this feels even heavier, right? Because it's not, you can't just translate this into the US and have the same impact. Like, I do think that contextualizing into China is really important here. And it's something I think is immensely brave of the director, right? Because she is making a statement. This is political. This is political. And remember, political doesn't have to be political is your voice. It's your values that are represented in the art that you're creating. So even the fact that the director inserts herself into a show that she has created and says, I don't care about this. Personally, the opinion, we need to control it. Like, she is inserting her own, she's not creating this show, and I'm talking about the show Winter Sun Wakes the Wind and Spring Hills His Dream, for capitalization or queer baiting or aesthetics. Like, she is pushing ideologies and values, not just of queerness, but I think of love, of healing, of struggle, of revitalization. Like, it's a very
远离他，我们还能自保。现在你事业刚有起色，找他二搭不就是为了拿他当跳板吗？
行，我现在发声明。
不能再发生了。
他们在骂我弟弟。
Please give the death the respect. Yes, to the brother, there are some people that should not be resting in peace. But yes, Cheng Qian, he is such a nice person, such a kind human being. And the fact that still after his passing, the world is cruel to him, it like pisses me off. Like, 10 minutes! Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. It feels longer.
人死了也要掘坟吗？我们是触犯什么天条了吗？
石宇豪，你要干什么？
Wait, what? Is he gonna have like his redemption arc? I think that's fine. Before we see what happens, I think Qin Lang should retire. And maybe this is just like where I'm coming from, but he's not enjoying it. He's doing it almost as a sense of owing to the company, to Sister Lan, but he's not enjoying it. Like, he's not, at least from like what we see, like he is, just see the way he received one text message from Chang'an. He was at the door running to the mountain. Like, that's his path. That's his life. And no, you did no. All the new topics relating to a voice recording of Shi Yu Hao having sex?
就拿我3个小号把录音扔超话里喽。
我是问你，你知道自己在做什么吗？黑自己吗？
吃大瓜，丢小瓜。
Oh, is that metaphor where you, yeah.
我是问你，你知道自己在做什么吗？黑自己吗？
吃大瓜。
Spilling the kettle of tea while clearing the cup of tea. While. What does while mean? I don't know. Another way of saying while. Okay. While with an H. I like that statement. Like, it's so... It kind of gives the overflowing of the water, like how you have black coffee and that's the pain, and if you keep spilling water, eventually it'll clear up.
丢小瓜。
It seemed a lot more...
水豪的热搜冲上来了。
Of course. Some actor sleeps with lots of people.
"第一天正式打卡，我不在的时候，保护好自己。我在表姐公司的股份已经转到你的名下。还有什么是我不知道的？即将发生的。
杀了我吧！太不容易了。
下一步再约。
丽导下一部月想拍什么题材？
修行。
Louis Vuitton?
你老公走之前告诉我的，你好好的。
Husband?
我明天回上京，你留下来要好好吃饭，少往森林里跑。
知道了。
Is that the brother Go?
爸判决书下来了，
怎么样了？
无期。
Oh, that's when Shu.
我们努力。
顺其自然吧。
Oh, we're getting so many updates. What was it?
第192天打卡，今天特殊，不管日历走到哪一天，我们都走到了192这一天。翻译一下这个数字，回去我要检查。
Girl, I'm gonna let Qinglong decode it. I ain't gonna do it. Those bamboo worms. He didn't hurt himself this time. Means he's grown. Okay, I know that that's not, like, this was not necessarily on purpose, but I did like the parallel with the crucifixion of Christ very shortly with the bamboo, right? Because he is talking about sins and how he's being punished for sins, and Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross. So I don't think it was necessarily intentional, but I do like that.
谁他妈砍我骡子？操！大明星回来了。
阿扎，谢谢你啊，竹子。
Oh, he admitted it this time.
哎，我晚上去你家蹭饭吃啊。
哦。
I don't think you can just.
我家骡子。
不用扶，我行。不用扶。
Oh, you're drinking an empty bottle.
这全哪到哪？
I don't like all the throwbacks to episode 1 because I need to rewatch episode 1. I know he's not there. Don't trick me. 397. It's been over a year. So he did lie.
回上京，有人想见你。
阿珍，送我去天一机场。
远哦，
给钱。
谈钱伤感情，你不拉行李啊？
急用。
What if it's not Changyang, but like, what's his name? Yu Hao? Shi Yu Hao? Swear to God.
像我这样回来的，不稀奇。
Who is that?
那为什么要去？人总要做些不计后果的事，才能长出胆子吧。一双腿换一个大胆，也值。
他还回不来是吗？
他很优秀，结业成绩全校第一。他让我回上京替他见你一面。他说该说的话都说了，没让我说话。从猎人学校出去，执行的任务都是生死一线，有牵挂更危险。
No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. 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 To the no, to the no, to the fucking no. No. Why? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't like what we're alluding to here. Changyang, I need you to come back. Why? Is this worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I can never work it. Just Missy Elliott?
第397天打卡。
No.
正常的话，我可能已经站在你身边了；不正常的话，就是未知。给未知上个保险，打卡要备足。
Need to stock up on check-ins. Oh no, he's wearing black. I'm like overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. It's becoming spring. It's becoming spring. It's becoming spring. That image right there tells me everything's gonna be good. Because for the last 1 minute, I was scared. But I think there's gonna be a turn here. Now the spring is gonna happen. He looks really good in that outfit. I'm only halfway through. Yup, it's spring.
这个角度好。
来，满地。
他弄头发了。哎，朗弟，咱们这个挺可惜，学古籍李导拿了最佳导演奖，差你一个影帝。
学古迹跟叶小娥人物有点像，不拿奖正常。
咱们拍点商业片吧，轻松点。
递本子吧，明年时间要给李导留着，他要拍《修行》。
这种片子拍不好就假大空。
就你懂。
大孙子，这回你拍的戏可真漂亮啊！
Oh, she's
你
back.
看得懂吗？
When I say she's back, I just mean when she lost her grandson, like you could see that a little spark of her was gone. And hopefully during the last, I mean, it's been over a year since the passing. Like, I'm not saying she's moved on, but like, she's getting the spark back.
看不懂呢。那年你爸走的时候呀，外婆请过师傅到咱家来，啊，那一些神神叨叨的事儿，你还真不能不相信。
那师傅怎么说？
啥也没说，进门就梆梆梆的磕头，磕完了就跑了他。
跑了。
就，你看，你看，多漂亮啊！你拍着，
嗯，
真好。
今年春天，我又回来了，把我们的秘密基地贡献给了我的新片《祝山》。因为主题是修行，我才舍得带外人来。你已经打卡1470天，走之前，你是给自己准备了多少时间？一辈子回不来。
That's like 4 years.
就能打卡一辈子吗？爸出事那年，许长阳这个名字消失了。我要怎么告诉你，我一直在原地等你？知道你不能有过多的牵挂，但让你知道我在等你，是不是能在生死关头逼着你活下去，留一口气回来见我？
Oh. I swear to God, they have a choice right now, right? Either Changyang's not gonna come back or he's gonna come back, right? That's the choice we're left with. If they decide that he doesn't come back, I need to speak with them. I need to speak with the director. I need to have a cup of tea with her. Then I'm gonna drink the tea. Then I'm gonna stand up and tell her, what the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck? What the fuck? Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need them together. Like, I don't care. I don't care about realism. I don't care about blah, 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 blah. Fong Qinglong wins Best Actor at the 93rd Golden Leaf Awards for the film Mountain Dwelling. Okay.
这一天要感谢的是我的3世母亲邢兰女士，是她带我走上了这条路，也是她让我拿了人生中的第1个奖。接下来要感谢《祝山》的导演厉，给了我很自然的引导。制片人嘉玲，暴躁姐姐，今天没有催场，很棒。还要感谢我的摄影师银松老师。我声明一下，我没有偶像包袱，不用总拍我的左脸。虽然我承认我左脸确实比较好看。最后1分钟，我今天站在这里，对全世界宣布，风行朗退出娱乐圈。身后这张照片是我29岁春天拍摄的，照片里的人是我和我的男朋友。在我的粉丝心中，我是明星，但他在我心中，他是英雄。我的英雄，我回家了。
Now I'm really happy. Do you know why? Because in one of the previous episodes, they talked about, will you promise that when I retire from the industry, you're going to come back no matter what? Something like that, right? Which means, Xiaoyang, Where the hell are you? That was... Dude, but he just shred his whole identity. He just came out. But she didn't know. Did she know? I don't think she did.
干得好。
Oh, we can see her. That's so... Oh! She's happy for him! And see, what I love is that most likely the internet is trending with all the topics, right? But because she shredded the identity, we don't care. So we don't even get to listen to it. All the noise. We're just happy. Right? Right? That... Who was that? Changyang.
我还是不能把你的照片给所有人看，不是因为没有勇气，而是我们的勇气都要在规则里才能生长。
Yeah.
我已经很大胆了，是吗？ 我们的勇气都要在规则里才能生长。我已经很大胆了，是吗？
You have. Oh, I'm assuming this is Changyang in doing his mission.
你的战友说，用一双腿换一个胆子，值得。今天，我用整个后半生换有一天那饼茶能被开启，也值得。
那饼茶你给我存着，存到什么时候？
Oh, it kind of reminds me of I have a frozen durian and a drink from my home country in my freezer that my boyfriend and I were gonna celebrate that once we hit a milestone. I don't want to say which milestone, because that's just between the two of us. But I can't wait to open that drink, eat the durian. By the way, frozen durian, tastes like ice cream. It's so good. But it's really hard to get here, especially at this time of the year, so that's why it's frozen. You know. Look at the sides of the mountain. Oh. I'm gonna be so for real, yo. I kind of forgot about them.
不差钱，谁在那鬼地方待？
你们都退圈，我妈妈传媒公司还怎么做啊？拍鬼吗
？AI 做呗，比真人演得好，还不怕塌房？
志燕，给我看看热搜。颁奖礼公开出柜。
Why are we laughing at that?
没我妈拦着。你去年是不是也出柜啦？
他没必要，天知地知，咱们几个知道就行。 不用出给别人看。
That is true. That is true.
回家了吗？
还没回。
会回来的。
How do you know? What does it say? We still haven't decoded 192. Changyang, I swear to God, you need to jump out and come into my screen in the next... You know what? I'm gonna give you until 30. If you don't show up by 30, we're gonna have a conversation, okay? Because I am... Oh no. Is that who I think it is? Shi Yu Hao?
恭喜退圈。你不是也退了？
See, the thing is, he did turn out to be a good guy, right? And like, I'm not someone that's gonna hold, I mean, I hold grudges in real life, but in the show, right? Like, I'm not gonna hold grudges to him if what he did 7 years ago was, you know, unforgivable and horrible. But if Qing Long has forgiven him, I think as an audience member, it also makes sense for me to forgive him. I do think he's done good over the last few episodes. I think he feels remorseful. Sure, he did have to go through all of those stages of grief and hurt and pain and depression and all these things to like figure it out, but I think he came out on the other side revitalized and refreshed. So yeah, sure. I want him to be
那
happy.
年的事，谢谢你，一直没说谢，没酒量，以茶代酒。
Yeah, oh, he
其实
knows
那年
now.
的事我一直都没明白。哎，你跟兰姐学这么久哲学，你给我分析一下呗。
我跟你学一下兰姐啊，宇豪啊，简单的跟你说，这个世界就是一阴一阳，有光明就会有黑暗，两种对立事物同时存在，这就是道，许多人无法理解的道。
兰姐还是行啊，看懂道的人。
Wait, this is what the title is about. And I don't know what the Tao is. This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
我听他道来道去的，我当时还想，我操，这人挺装逼啊。现在我发现那个傻逼是我，人家是牛逼，不是一个逼。
怎么说话呢？
开个玩笑嘛。
所以兰姐从来不用对错看问题。这个世界本身就有很多的立场，今天你站这个立场，这个立场就是对的；明天你换一个立场，那么今天的立场就需要被重新定义，它就变成错的了。兰姐早就跳出这些立场了。
你旧爱还没回来啊？
野得很。
也是。能带你私奔的人，抱歉啊。哎，你下周演什么？
飞蛾扑火，网络上的每一个人都像一只飞蛾，他们的评论就像咒语，把他们封印在舆论的风暴里。哪里的火烧起来，飞蛾就会扑向哪里，火越大，飞蛾越多，最终火灭了，飞蛾死了，同归于尽。
但现实里，飞蛾不会死，他们只会奔向下一团火。
Yep.
灵魂早就死了。
Jeez. I am gonna do something I don't do very often. Maybe I do. I want to look up a little bit more about the Tao in terms of yin and yang, because it feels very core to the show. So in Taoism, yin and yang represents complementary opposing forces, which I think we would all be on the same page of like understanding yin and yang, right? Good and evil, light and dark, day and night. While the Tao, also referred to or Tao, is the underlying flow and natural order of the universe that unites them. The continuous interplay, alternation, and balance between yin and yang constitute the living expression of the Tao. It is the continuous process of change and unity from which all the things emerge. Neither force can exist without the other. Light defines shadow just as action defines rest. I think this is what the show is about. This is the embracing of both, of acknowledging both. Like it's almost saying, I guess if we contextualize it to their relationship, Changyang and Qinglong needs to go through what they're going through now. Changyang needs to go through the hunter school and then the subsequent missions that he's on that are very dangerous. And Qinglong had to shed his identity as an actor. Also, I think find himself more grounded, separate, in order for them to come together and really flourish and be together for the 100 years that the metaphor was used in, like, was it episode 4 or something? Now we also know Qinglong was 29 and Changyang was either 18 or 20.
不开打赏，谢谢大家的关注。
Oh, he's so sweet
下
now.
周直播演出，欢迎大家来直播间。
He's like a streamer now. I love it.
我曾经想要活到45岁，很可惜，我辜负了自己。
What? I'm assuming this is Shi Yuhao, right? He killed himself? That's blood.
我曾经想要活到45岁，很可惜，我辜负了自己。
It's the same wind noises from when Qing Tian died. That's the mask from the episode. Moths to a Flame. Masks kind of creep me out.
“看热搜，石宇豪自杀了，昨天半夜死的。警方公布死亡时间跟兰姐的一样，还把兰姐车祸前的录屏发出来。
叶兰，你非把人往死里逼是吗？那视频你不是说你不会放出来吗？不守信用，不得好死！
石宇豪，嘴巴放干净点，兰姐在开车，你想吵架冲我来。狗哥，
全网都是我的黑料，你让我怎么冷静？
你他妈也知道那是你黑料啊！有本事你别制造黑料啊！
宇航，宇航，我现在在开车，没有办法看你说的黑料究竟有哪些。你先冷静一下，等我到地方以后，我会来处理这件事的。我相信这其中肯定是有误会的。
If the wind shows
虽
up,
然不是我发出去的，但肯定跟我有关，所以我不会坐视不理。因此你受到的损失，我也会补偿。
she's so reasonable.
我希望你能静下心来听我说几句。当年，从找你和晴朗出演我和嘉玲的第一部影片开始，我们4个人就好像走进了一张因果关系网。在这张网上，我们可以有很多方向，我们可以一起像棋子一样挪到网的边缘，跳脱这张网的束缚。很可惜，我们只是共同走了一小段路，你就朝着反方向走了。没有人能够预看结果，也许明天就会有食物自己撞到网上供我们食用，也可能这张网一直被雨水冲击。
There's so much.
方向走了，没有人能够预看结果。也许明天就会有食物自己撞到网上供我们食用。
Fong Qinglong is shameless for coming out. What I'm understanding about the performance so far, and it's something that is very like common right now, and I might be so wrong, and there's probably multiple meanings, but let's say you're watching this and you tell me, oh my god, Tobias, you're shameless for being gay. How dare you, blah, 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 right? Because I'm publicly out, I'm, doing this, right? But then you as a person might be cheating on your husband. Or you might be doing something that's equally as sinful. But because I am out and about, and Taylor Swift has a song about this, in case you'd like to know. But Daddy, I Love Him. Off the Torture Poets department, where she talks about people have it so easy judging other people and their sins while they are committing sins in secrecy, hiding behind a mask, hiding behind the digitality, right? So they're saying Fong Qinglong is shameless for coming out while you're off doing your sin in secrecy. So that's kind of how I got the masks too.
也可能这张网一直被雨水冲击，最后崩塌。就算走到今天，我也不能说你当年的出走是对是错。你的路只能在你的脚下。
Yes。
晴朗的路也一样，他走到今天的位置，不能说他就是最棒的。你走到今天，也不能说你是失败的。不管什么样子，你们都是你们。回头看，承认身后的路是自己一步一步走过来的，有这样的勇气，你就是最棒的。
Still relevant today, like for Qinglong.
兰姐，你不会说不再欠你的吗？
And he took it off. Changyang, I gave you 230. Where the fuck are you? You better be inside that tent. You promised. Promised. I see him, 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 I see him! Our boo! Don't tell me he's not there. Oh. Same Bob-ass haircut. Oh.
我回来了。
For good?
我退圈了，我退
Can the 100 years start now? Oh, they look so tired. Oh, and that was a dandelion that had blossomed. And earlier in the episodes, the dandelions were like past blossoming. Okay.
哎，这玩意儿不能生吃，贱鸟人儿。哎，哎呀，都跟你说了不能生吃，你是不是傻呀？
吃不吃都一样。
一样什么？
看小人啊。齐浩宇啊，你这个月的流水藏了多少？
没多少。
齐浩宇，你给我站住！
Okay. I was kind of feeling... Oh my god! Stop! Stop! He's going back to the mountain. He's trying to find the ghost flower, isn't he? He found the ghost flower. He found the ghost flower. Wenshu. They're burying each other.
结婚不请我，不能做朋友了。
不打招呼，怕我给不起红包是不是？
婚礼不能太简单，我出钱给你俩补办一个。
爱是慈悲，慈悲是爱。
经历过考验的爱会长久的。
我要磕真人 CP 啦！你们俩不准塌房。
怎么偷偷办婚礼呢？我要闹了啊！
Yeah,
你们两个办婚礼，两根竹子够吗？
看见你找到真爱，为你高兴。
让人等你5年，还是你行。你也是，就傻等是吗？
相信爱，坚守爱，祝福你们。
Good job! Good job! Celia, if that's how you pronounce Jelia, maybe. Oh, what a beautiful ending. I was gonna play with you guys and pretend that I didn't like the ending, but I can't. And like something that I've thought a lot about in terms of marriage is that it's not just a commitment to go through hard times together. It's also an acknowledgement of the hard times that you did go through together to get where you are. So it just like, I think it just hit me. Cause like personally, it's just very relatable. Oh, yo. I need to touch grass. And you see here, I'm like turning red. I don't need to clarify myself. I have dermatitis. So sweat or tears, like it makes my face really red. And it used to make me feel really self-conscious, but it's just part of who I am, so I can't really control it. So you do see the red. I'm okay. It's just, it just happens when I cry. Oh, is there more? babes.
水尖上落满星光，我心无恙。谁开一扇窗，我觉心生长。身上人间天荒，惶惧慌张。因过北方烛红黄。
You know what? You also get your applause. Sure. Sure. Mamu. Oh. I like him. I don't remember her, but I'll give her that plus. The teacher of Fu, right? This film is dedicated to the boundless spring mountains and to those who love. Oh, I kind of want to stop here. It's so beautiful. And I'm trying to remember if that tree has any symbolism. I don't remember. But, like, they must have chosen this particular spot to get married. Also, I don't know if it's the same in China, but usually you need to have a witness to get married. And it, like, clicked for me a little bit that maybe they're in the mountain. It's where either, Sister Leah, Lan, or, Qing Qian passed away, and like the witness being like the spirits of them. This was beautiful. This was beautiful. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the best BL of all time. For me personally. And I don't think this is a show that everyone is going to enjoy. And I don't think it's going to be a show that is going to become the most popular BL of all time. And I'll explain a little bit why I think that, and I don't want you to take it as a criticism, but I used to be someone that hated philosophy. I always felt like philosophy was just looking into things that didn't really was worth, like, what was his name? Shi Yu Hao was saying, right, like when he was talking to Sister Lan, he was like, oh, she's such an idiot. And then he realized later on, looking back, that he was the one who was the idiot. Like, I felt a lot like him, I suppose, where every time people engage, like, I'd be like, life is life, death is death, there's nothing more to it. Like, very logical seeming. And if I had watched this show when I was back then with that mindset, I wouldn't have liked it. Because in order for me to, the reason I think I really appreciate this show is that it goes underground and digs through these symbolic topics and themes and weaves. And to me, the show almost breaks apart our understanding of life in like a linear way of time-wise, right? Because like, right, usually you're born, then you go through life, then death, but the director, she's able to kind of like merge all of it together. Like even with Shi Yu Hao, like we kind of knew that this was going to end for him. Same with Qing Qian. A lot of people were saying, right, like when you look back at the episodes, you knew that was his destiny before it happened. So there's that deeper element that really requires you to kind of get lost and get immersed in the show to the extent where it doesn't have to make sense. And my goal, almost like immediately when I started watching, was like, there are things that I'm not going to understand and pick up, but I know it has a meaning. Like the spring flame, that stone, means something. And I'll need to rewatch the show multiple times in order to understand it. And I love that. I don't want to be able to watch a show once and then, you know, this show has so much rewatch value where I'm like, I need to rewatch it right now. So I can watch every single episode and like come to an understanding of, okay, so we now know how it turned out. What's going to happen? For example, when Shu, he went back to the mountains. What does that mean? Like, I feel like there's so much more to it than what meets the surface. And maybe that's why some people aren't maybe enjoying the show, because they're not able to immerse themselves. But I love it. I've told people before, but my favorite BL up until today was I Told Sunset About You, which was a long-ass title too, and now I have to tell people that my favorite BL is A Winter Sun Wakes the Wind and Spring Hills His Dream. I need a title of a BL that's so short, okay? But I loved it. I love the main characters. I think Changyoung and Qinglong are some of the most beautifully written characters. I do like that we don't really see what Changyoung goes through. So the focus becomes on Qinglong and his story, right? Because Changyoung is someone that doesn't share his struggles, that doesn't share a lot about himself. He cares a lot about other people. We do see it at the end, right, when he has that military marks. But besides that, we don't really see. And we know it's traumatic, right? We saw his friend lose his legs. Like, we know that there is fear. So being able to see your lover is so beautiful. Wen Shu and Qing Qian, beautifully written. Do I wish that they got a moment together? No. Like, looking at the completion of the whole show, I don't think so. Because had that happened, it would have just felt even harder. Like, I think having that moment where Qing Qian says, wait for me, I promise, you know, I'll get better, just wait for me, I think was like a very monumental, very pivotal moment, very significant moment for their relationship. And then for his death to happen right after, I also think was really significant. So I loved their story. I loved, and it didn't end with his death, right? When Shu still is doing stuff. I love those. Hao Yu and Han Lu is like, I think, my only criticism of a storyline. And I get that it's supposed to feel like a parallel version of Shi Yu Hao and Qinglong from 7 years ago. And then they kind of defy that path, right? And become together. But I think the storyline was a little underdeveloped. Like, I think the whole thing on the investor and his obsession with Han Lu and Han Lu's involvement with him, to me, still remains a little unclear. I don't know if it was solved. I don't know what happened. I also maybe need to rewatch it because episode 14, I was so still lingering on Qing Qian's death that I just couldn't absorb everything that was happening, but it just felt a little incomplete. Now, I'm not saying I want more things of them. I just think that there was just something missing for me to click with them. And like throughout this episode, like we got 2 scenes with them and they were just kind of happy. And I'm just kind of like, okay, that's good. But like something was missing. And it almost felt like, you know, with yin and yang, how you have to have darkness to have light, like kind of those things. I kind of, at the end, only saw one aspect of those. So because we were missing that other side and the development of the other side, it just felt a little incomplete to me. Now, people have said there are going to be special episodes, so maybe one of the special episodes is going to focus on them. I'd be intrigued to, you know, watch that and see if there's going to be any of those gaps that I can't pinpoint, but maybe those will be resolved. But yeah, like this is a beautiful show. This is so it's like the most immersive show I've ever been able to engage in. It's so, and this is not just talking about BLs, like this goes beyond BLs. Like I love shows where I feel so immersed, and the way that they slow time down in the episodes, right? They really emphasize completion, right? Of driving up that mountain, we see the whole thing. We don't just cut off because as an audience we know they're going to go all the way. We see the whole thing. And that really gets us immersed in the show. I love it. I think the director is phenomenal. She deserves the largest applause for this. I loved the ending. And endings are so hard to land. I think recently with a lot of the shows we've watched, I've been telling them that like the endings kind of don't land as well as the show. So the fact that the ending landed immaculately, which means perfectly, is beautiful to me. Now I am wrapping up all my shows, y'all. I'm wrapping up all my shows. What am I gonna do? Can you guys help me recommend some more shows for me to watch? Ideally, as good as this one. If you can, better. But thank you so much for watching this with me. It has been a beautiful journey. It's been an immersive journey. What are your thoughts of the show? Did you like it as much as me? If you didn't like it, I'd love to hear that opinion too, because all opinions are valid. So I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.